Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast. Thank you for joining me today. It's been a pleasure to see each and every one of you tune in to the show. I greatly appreciate it. Today, we're going to talk about, is being too experienced a blessing or a curse? Very important question when you're looking for another opportunity in the automotive space. Is being too experienced a blessing or a curse? Is being too trained or having too much experience hurt or help you when you're looking for the next opportunity? That's the question we face today on the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast. The Architect Sales Podcast is brought to you by the most recognized automotive social network in the world, Dealer Elite. Log in to dealerelite.net, sign up now, and engage with the best and brightest in our industry. That's Dealer Elite. Also, Automotive Architect Academy is a proud sponsor. If you need BDC, finance, if you need sales and management training, if you need to know how to close a deal, log into theautomotivearchitect.com. That's theautomotivearchitect.com. Tune in today, and I guarantee you're going to up your levels as much as you think you will in this organization. We'll be right back after these messages.
The number one automotive sales podcast. Broadcasting around the world. 100% positive mindset on making over. The number one automotive sales podcast. Broadcasting around the world. 100% positive mindset on making over 100K a year. You want to make more money and close.
We are back with the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast. Sorry, I got some glitches going on with everything. Internet's down, wind's blowing here in Dumas, Texas. So I just want to apologize for all the technical difficulties that we are experiencing today. But like I was talking about just before the break, is being too experienced a blessing or a curse? That is the message we're facing today. Now, having knowledge or training in BDC, finance, desking, closing, learning how to train other individuals, does that help you or hurt you? It's very, very interesting when you're looking for another opportunity and you're being asked, what experience do you have? What is your niche? What is your niche? What is your expertise? And when you say, I have it all, I have all that knowledge. I've been to BDC training. I've been sent to know how to run a BDC. I've been to finance training. I've been to training on knowing how to close deals. I've been to training on how to train trainers. I've been to training and read books and watched videos on how to close deals. The reason is because there's some managers out there that get promoted, but they're not true leaders. They're not they're not leading. They get a manager position. They get an opportunity to lead a team, and they don't know how to handle it. Now, a leader is a person who leads or commands a group. I don't like the word command, organization, or country. They're a team player. How would you define a leader? Well, the role of the leader is a coach, a guide, a person that inspires others. They motivate teams through challenging times to guide individuals through their career processes. A leader manages individuals to keep a team aligned and work toward a shared goal. They find out what the individual is all about, what drives them to get them to the next level of their personal and professional career. The reason I have all this experience because when I started in the car business, and some of y'all have heard it before, when I've started in the car business, my leader, my manager did not coach us, did not train us, did not do anything. I was hired. There's a car lot, that's a computer, and that database in there is called a CRM. Good luck, sink or swim. So I learned that my CRM is my ATM. I learned to ask for the business. I learned to overcome objections, which is just problems that haven't been solved yet. I learned to be a one man band because I didn't have the leadership to get me to that level, to get me to that success, that desire to be successful in the automotive industry. So I learned all this stuff thanks to John Luciano at Street Volkswagen. He allowed me to go to all these trainings. He allowed me to be able to learn so I could teach others. Now looking for another opportunity to lead my own store, I don't know if it's helped me or hurt me. Are GMs or owners, let's just focus on GMs. Are GMs afraid that a person with too much experience can help or hurt the team? And what I mean by that, this individual can come in, they can have all these great ideas, they have the knowledge, the experience to bring numbers up to the next level, but the rest of the team doesn't have this experience and they feel this guy is going to ruin the dealership. I'm not willing to change. I'm not willing to bring my numbers up because I'm a little bit afraid to admit that I'm not experienced enough. And this guy coming in, he's going to overshadow us. He's going to make us look bad. He's going to get us fired. That is not the purpose. That is not the purpose when you come into a dealership. That the reason you come into a dealership with this experience, with this knowledge, with this drive is to help be part of a team. If you don't know what you're doing, let this person teach you, coach you. Don't be afraid. At first you may think, "Oh, it's going to hurt the culture." You really don't have a culture. Your culture is broken. Let the individual come in and help bring the culture that it needs to be back. Let this individual coach you, be a team player here, coach you on getting better in your department. Will it hurt their culture? Will it hurt their mindset? Are they afraid of change? Are they uncomfortable? Those are questions we got to face. People these days don't want to be they fear change. I'm comfortable with what's going on. I'm comfortable with what I'm making. I don't want to stretch the whatever. I don't want to stretch out and do more because then it will show that I'm not qualified for this position. I've learned early on that it's okay if you don't know something. I've learned early on it's okay. If you don't know something, ask. If you don't know something, be willing to learn. If you don't know something, YouTube, Google, pick up a book. It will help you. It will help you in the long run. It will help you get better. It will help you be a team. Ron, why do you think that you need to be part of this team? Because I want to help others grow. If you are not hitting the numbers that you feel like you need to hit, I want to be part of the team to help you get there. I'm not going to say I'm going to be the only individual and the reason your numbers uh, aren't where you need to be because of poor management, but maybe you need somebody that is outside the box coming in going, I got these great ideas. They've worked before at the other dealerships I've worked at. I just want to come in and help you grow and get to where you need to be. You tell me, you're in charge. You tell me where you want to be in in this store. What numbers do you want to be at? And I will make damn sure we get to that number. Now, are the organizations adapted to change or are they lazy? That go back to what I was just saying a while ago. Are they lazy? If I was an owner, I would love to see my numbers up. I would believe, okay, here's an individual that everybody has said is a rock star. Here's an individual that everybody has said he will change your store for the better. Here's an individual that will bring your numbers up guarantee because I've seen them before. You would be stupid. You would be crazy if you didn't hire this guy. Do they think the person that is going into this organization, do they think they're cocky and conceited because they know they're confident enough to walk into each department, BDC, finance, sales desk, and get change numbers for the better? Are they open for that opportunity? Are they afraid to invest in the experienced manager or leader? Do they see value? Are they focused on a price going, oh man, this guy's going to be out of our league. This guy's going to, I can't afford this guy. He's got too much experience. This guy's going to, he's going to ask for the moon and back. He's going to ask for an arm and a leg. But is he worth it? If he can bring the goods and bring numbers up to where that organization, that dealer principal, that owner, that GM wants to be at, to be number one in the region, to be number one in the auto group, to be number one in America, North America. Are you focused on price and not on value? We say it all the time in the car business. Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I totally understand. This is a little bit more than you want to buy, that you want to pay for. But let me ask you a question. Would you like to buy something that you don't like for the payment that you want to be at? Or would you like to buy something a little bit more that you could enjoy and it's exactly what you want? And it serves all your needs. It gives you the sunroof that you asked for, the heated cool seats, the navigation, the the 44 miles per gallon on the highway, or the the $7,500 or 7,500 pound torque of pulling a trailer, or the 13,200 pound pull to pull a horse trailer. You can go back to the three R's: to respond, to reassure, to reflect. I totally understand, Mr. Customer, that this is a little bit more than you want to expend, but I want to make sure that it fits around your budget. That being said, is that the only thing that is stopping you from buying the car today? In dealing with an individual that is willing to come in and help your store grow, I totally understand, Mr. GM, Mr. Owner, Mr. Um, Dealer Principal. That's a little bit more than you want to spend. But I want to make sure that you're going to get a value out of what you're spending, bringing your numbers up to where you want them to be, to hitting your goals more than you ever thought you were going to hit. Other than that, Is there anything else stopping you from hiring me today? Got to think of that. We teach our guys all the time, don't focus on price, focus on value. Sell the car, sell the features, advantage, and benefits. You got to be buying in. You can't just say one thing and then turn around and do the complete opposite. Are individuals, dealer principals, owners, GMs, are they afraid to bring on an all-star team player willing to make things and numbers grow to show that they wasn't doing their bringing them in? Is it going to show that the other individuals aren't doing their job and they're being completely exposed? Because I know if I was a dealer principal and I was looking at all these experienced people and looking at all these numbers and hearing from all kinds of people, hey, John Smith is an all-star. He went to this store and he brought those numbers up. He went to this store and he brought those numbers up. He went over here. They weren't making any money. They were losing every month. We put money into him. He came in. Our numbers went up. We were number one in the auto group and we never looked back. Oh, but Ron, here's another question. If he was so damn good, why did you not keep him? Ooh, that's a good one. Several reasons why we probably didn't keep him because he was willing to grow in other dealerships. You guys gotta focus. There's times in a person's life if he has reached the pinnacle, he has reached the top, he has done all that he can do. Nothing's a challenge anymore. He's not being challenged every single day. So he has to go somewhere else, start at the bottom again, and work himself up to that level of the mountain to be able to show he could do it again in that challenge. Man, when I was selling cars for my first year, all I wanted to learn is the product. I wanted to learn how to sell a car. Made very little money. Sold 196 or 198 vehicles in a town of 1,500 people or 15,000 people, excuse me, and made $96,000 that year, which was good. But the next year, and I was told, hey, you beat the second place guy by 50 units. Let me ask you a question. How much money did you make? $96,000. Let me ask you another question. I sold half the vehicles you sold, and I made over 200,000. Is that little glass award really worth everything, or are you willing to make more money? Man, I need to make more money. So the following year, I learned to make a lot of money on the cars, hold gross, overcome objections, steal from the trade, not give everything away. By learning that, the following year, I was number one again, but I made more money, made over $200,000. Sold less cars, but made more money. So the third year, I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to sell the same amount of cars and make more money. So I learned how to do that. Then they made me into a GM. That was the next level. When I started at Street Volkswagen, I started as a salesman, left the GM position, started as a salesman because I was willing to grow again. I was willing to show that I am worth it. Know your self worth before your net worth. So I started at the bottom. 2 months later, BDC director, changed those numbers in the BDC to better. They were selling 36 cars out of the BDC. Before I left, we were selling 125. Went into finance, changed those numbers. They were running $500 a copy. We were doing over 15, 16, 17, $1,800 a copy. When I was desking, I was averaging $5,000 a copy at a Volkswagen store. I wasn't giving anything away. The numbers went up. We were selling more cars, but the grosses were better. The owner sent me to BDC training, finance training, uh, small business mastermind training, train the trainer training. He wanted me to get better because he believed in me. And I never fell short of doing my job for the dealership. I brought up the numbers. I did my part. Here's other opportunities that you need to look at. Is the individual, are they female? Are they male? Are they straight? Are they gay? Do we judge them by the color of their skin? Do we judge them on their religion? Let's say experience has nothing to do with it. Let's say knowledge has nothing to do with it. But let's let's really say that it's a unwilling to change inside the dealership. And it could be any organization out there. I'm not just talking about a dealership. I just know knowledge of dealers or being inside a dealership. But it's the opportunity that people do not want to take. It is being scared. It's being they don't want to be comfortable about being uncomfortable. And it's okay. Could it be that a person is too old? Don't bring in an old dog. They'll start doing their old ways. With technology and everything else coming in here, don't need an old dog in here. Or, man, that guy's too young to run a store. That guy's too young to be a manager. That guy is middle age. That guy got kids. He's going to want to do sport things with his kids, go to their their functions and stuff. Or, and that guy knows more than me. I don't want to hire him. He may take my job. That may not be the thing. That may not be what a person wants. They just want to grow. They want to be a team player. They want to see organizations get better. But if you don't give them the opportunity, then you're going to sit around and go, why can't we change? Why can't we get numbers where they need to be? What do we need to do? Then you go from being a leader to being a dictator to getting mad and firing people because you didn't do your job as the leader when you had an opportunity to bring somebody in, for change because of your self pity, being conceited, being afraid. You're afraid to bring that person in. Man, it'd be awesome to have somebody know more than me. And I know there's plenty out there. I could name a few. I could name a ton, not just a few. I learn from these individuals all the time. Roy Davila, Shaka Dyson, Andy Elliott, Tim Kentz, Corey Mosley, Fred and Lou, the car guys, David Long, Shaka Dyson, if I already said it. These guys know more than me. I'm happy to say that. I will call them up when I have an issue. If I don't know something and go, I have a question. Can you help me? They're willing to open up their playbook and go, this is what I got for you, bud. This is what I got. This will help you. Can I use that? Absolutely. 100% you can use that. I have friends in high places and friends in low places, and they're all willing to help. You got to believe. You got to believe. Be comfortable about being uncomfortable. Believe in the process. Believe in the person. Believe that change is good. If an individual comes in your store, don't be afraid. He's just trying to be a team player. She's trying to be a team player. I want to thank you for joining me today on the Automotive Architect Sales Podcast. You guys have been great. You've been awesome. I can't ask for better people. For more information on my training platform, go to theautomotivearchitect.com. Log into my training, learn how to work finance deals, trade appraisals, closing skills. It's all there. Also, don't forget about my book. You can find it on Barnes and Noble, Walmart, Target. You can buy it on Amazon, buy it on my website at Garv, Garv, as in Victor, automotive.com or theautomotivearchitect.com. Buy the book, buy it on Amazon. When you're done reading the book, if you purchased it or planning on purchasing, if you're done, do me a favor, go to Amazon and write a review. Let people know that the book, how you feel about the book, how it is helped you, affected you. If you didn't like it, just go in there and just tell your story or your feelings on the book. I appreciate it. It's an Amazon bestseller. I'm working on the New York Times bestseller. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. I couldn't ask for anybody better to help me out here. If you got some value on this episode today, please let me know about that too at automotivearchitect@gmail.com. Automotivearchitect@gmail.com. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know what what you think. What brings to mind when you hear is being to experience a blessing or a curse. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me today. You guys have been awesome. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me. I love you all. Talk to you soon. Thank you once again for such a great episode. You all have been awesome. Thank you.